Did you know that the money in your bank account loses value to inflation? Just storing your money in a standard savings account, loses its purchasing power, particularly because of the inflation rate in a particular setting or in a particular country. Today, we're going to talk about the money's worth saved in your bank account and how you can mitigate the risk of your money stored in an account from losing its value. But before that, there's a practical exercise to do. There's a rule of 72. That means whatever money you put into a standard savings account, the interest rate as indicated by the central bank, that's the Bank of Sierra Leone's monetary policy, and also other commercial bank, their financial policies. As of today's recording, standard interest rates from savings account ranges from 1.5 to 3.5. So that means if you put your money into a particular bank account, the rate will vary from 1.5 to 3.5 for a standard savings account. So let's use the 72 principle. So that means if we use 72 divided by 1.5, let's say your savings account has an interest rate of 1.5 per annum. That means by the time the year ends, you'll be credited that certain amount as interest into your account. So if we divide 72 by 1.5, it will give us 48 years. So that means the money saved in your account is going to take 48 years untouched if you want that money to double its value in that particular account. If we use 3.5 as well, 3.5 divided by 72, it's also going to give us about 21 years if that money remains in your account untouched. Now, with the rate of inflation going up on a regular basis in Sierra Leone, your money is losing purchasing power. Let's bring it to power. Let's say, for example, you have 1,000 leones saved in your account. And at the time of this recording, your 1,000 leones can buy you 10 eggs at 100 leones each. The moment inflation hits and the price of eggs shifts from 100 leones to 120 leones, that means the amount of eggs you can buy with that money saved in your account, which was 10, has initially dropped now to 8. That means your money has lost value, purchasing power, whilst it is saved in that low interest savings account. So how do we combat that? There are three methods in which we combat your money losing value saved in a standard savings account. The first one is fixed deposit. All banks offer fixed deposit. This is where you deposit a sum of money for a fixed period of time. That means, for example, you put 100 million loans for 3 months, 6 months. So you are restricted to withdraw from that account within that period, within that tenure. And usually they have higher rates. They have 7-10% as the case may be. It might vary based on the bank and their financial policies. So when you have fixed deposits, the bank usually restricts you from withdrawing so that your money saved in that account will mature and earn you a particular interest after that fixed tenure of saving your money in that account. In the case where you attempt to withdraw from that account, there will be penalties. You are going to forfeit your interest. So fixed deposit is something to consider. The second aspect is treasury bills. Treasury bills or bonds issued by the government. So when the government needs money, they go to the central bank, which in this case is the Bank of Sierra Leone, and they issue out a debt instrument called treasury bills. And they usually have a fixed period. They have a fixed period of 91 days, 182 days, and 364 days, but it's always less than a year. So that means you give that money, you buy that treasury bill, that T-bill, for a particular period, and they have usually a higher interest rate than fixed deposit account. That is one of the most surest way to store your money, in which your money will not lose monetary value, purchasing power over time due to inflation. If you're thinking about saving money whilst you are racking your brain about a business idea you want to invest in, the best way is to get a T-bill, a treasury bill. An easy access to invest in T-bills is to go through your bank or to go through a company called First Discount House Limited. They offer T-bills. They're like a stockbroker that directly interfaces with the Bank of Sierra Leone, in which you can invest your money, and within that particular period you're going to have like 17%, 19% increment or interest in your money. The third mitigating factor that can help preserve your purchasing power, your monetary value, is when you invest in real estate. Real estate is one of the surest way in which you can preserve money. When you buy a land, you build a house or a property, You have a tangible asset, you have a physical property, something you can sell later on for a higher value or a higher cost in return. Now, I have to give you a bit of caution. You have to be careful if you're just starting up, if you don't have enough. It will be deemed unwise for you to invest all your capital, all your money in acquiring lands, in building houses and properties, whilst you are not liquid enough. Liquidity talks about your ability to solve other emergency problems, your ability to pay off debts and also settle other financial things that happens in your life. So if you're not liquid enough, if you don't have enough cash to settle your daily activities, your daily budget, then do not invest all your capital into buying land, into building house or property, into real estate. Or else you're going to risk selling that particular property at a subverted cost. You are actually going to sell that thing at a loss because you are desperate to get cash. A typical situation is a person who has invested 500 million loans in building a set of apartments. Now, whilst that person has 500 worth stored in real estate, there's a particular situation that will happen to that person that the person will require 20 million loans. And the person will not have physical cash, liquid. The person is not liquid enough to solve that problem. And when you don't have liquidity, it's going to force you to sell or rent an apartment at a lower cost, and you are cheating yourself and you're losing your money's value. So be mindful as well when you want to save money, when you want to build a culture of savings. If you're serious enough, if you want to save money for long term, you are not just thinking about tomorrow, you are thinking about 5-10 years from now. Then you want to ensure that you think about fixed deposit, buying a treasury bill, and also investing in real estate. Because that's the only way you'll be able to balance or combat the higher inflation rates that happens in the country. So I hope you found this insightful. If you have any question, be sure to drop it in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer all of your questions. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.